Alright, so here is a quick exploration. So I'm sitting on Gentoo Linux and the disks are getting filled with some sort of information, which is quite common. One of the stuff that is adding to that cause is having a inflated vault file. If you use Gentoo Linux, you know what this vault file contains. It contains the package you want to keep. Every time you merge something in the system, if you decided to keep it in the system, that put an entry in the vault file. And my vault file is quite huge due to my stupidity because I failed to uh, fire one-shot stuff. One-shot stuff means I want some package to be installed in my Gentoo system, but I don't want to keep that stuff in my system or in vault file for further use. So that is why the one-shot option of the emerge come into play, and I failed to do so for quite some time, over a year. So my vault file gets huge. To give you some sort of sense what I'm talking about, let me go to my terminal, and if I query var lib footage world, you see it's hooping 377 packages are there. Okay, so it's quite large. If I query it like this, you see uh, there are so many stuff which are not supposed to be in this file. Okay, the thing should be eliminated and deselected it from the system because it should not be in this file. Okay, so I was hovering and thinking what could be done. So while in search of it, I bumped into some post. I forgot where I see it. If you find out the actual source of it, a small snippet of code which I put in a script to and give it a name clean world file. It looks for the packages and decide whether it should stay in the world file or it should be removed via deselect. Okay, so the deselect part has to be done explicitly. I could have infused it in the scanning system, the script what I have. Okay, to give you a sense, cat user local bin clean world. This is the stuff, abject ordinary thing, right? So it's basically get into that file and queried every uh, tip clean stuff of each and every package it finds. Decided on that, it will suggest you what needs to be stay in the world file and what should be deselected. Okay, so it put in a file the package name, so you can run emerge deselect on that particular file where the packages from the world file get accumulated, so clean things up. So if I run this, and it will take some time, right, to finish up because my world file is quite huge. It will create a file, as you can see on the top, deselect packages on my home directory, right? If I run this, bang, so it is going to scan one by one what the entry I have in my world file and put into that. You can see it it's saying on the basis of the package history that whether that package should be stay in the world file or it can be deselected. So it's basically putting the file. I'll show you in a moment. Just give it a few seconds. It says, you see that some of them has to be stay in the Word file and some of them needs to be deselected. Just give it a few moments because it is doing behind the scene one by one. Still it is not foolproof. The ones that file has been generated by the script, you need to manually inspect what you need to keep in your Word file by inspecting it manually. This is an automated way to get some sort of information. Please give back the credit to the user who has created. I forgot where I get it. If you found the source, give back the credit to the actual author of it. But I found this is a good one to provide you the information. Still, you have to manually check whether this thing should be in your Word file or not. Sometimes it misfire because the way it has been, the crux of it, that emerge check you can see on the top is pretending the depth clean of the particular package. That's why I said sometimes is provide the false positive. So it's a call you need to take while visiting the generated file, which must be having all the packages which should be deselected. So you get the idea, right? So let me tell you, show you rather. It has created a file called deselect packages. See, the packages are getting accumulated in this particular file. No secret, right? Now you can easily run merge deselect on the like this. Merge deselect and simply if you run it, it will go through the package accumulated in that particular file, and so the purpose of that, so while doing so, if next time you run the actual depth clean, which uh, which I run or everyone run after the world update, that's the standard practice because you need to have the system clean of craft which might be accumulated once you do a world update. Okay, so this is a kind of guideline or kind of helping you stuff, but the actual decision you need to take while looking at the file, what you need to keep in your Word file. Mine is quite huge, 377 packages in my Word file. So I'm going through it. I might be get rid of a lot of things which should not be there, but I need to scrutinize it one by one why it has been so. So I'm just doing this because some of you might be curious or have been struggling like me to keep the Word file. One of the prime culprit I have mentioned very beginning that I failed to run one shot with emmet for few stuff. So that's why the things get accumulated in the Word file. Okay, so I hope it will be useful for some people who are curious. Thanks for watching.